All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go. And this will be a touchback. All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Down. Black 22. Black 22. Bang, 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 bang. Come back, come back.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The defensive tackle Kyle Williams there for the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hey, four down. Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
To throw on second is Watson. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there of 20 yards. A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, blue 80. Blue 80. 58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike. Reset. Tiger.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Single. I got a single in the slot. Set. Green, the line.
From the gun on third, Watson. And he finds his man, Griffin. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. On the return, here's Marcus Murphy. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
4 down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Tight end's right. 4 down. Alert.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Tight end right. Hey. We got 3. 3 down. Check.
Now the first carry for the former Jaguar. This is Chris Ivory. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
But think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person that's on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another first down run right there.
They'll try to run with Ivory. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20 because, to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. On the ground, Ivory. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Chris Ivory, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Hauschka adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Watson on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Leopard! Leopard! Hey, 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 hey! Gun! Gun! Gun!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Left side here, caught by Clay. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. On 1st down, Allen finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
Now, that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, on maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll give it up to Ivory. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming. And Hauschka's kick is good. And the Bills have taken the lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Caught left side, Hopkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
On first down, it's Watson. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Finding some room at midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Down. Black 22. Black 22. Richmond. 49, guys. Mike, 49.
Watson just beating the play clock. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arm saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms, because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up,
right.
Hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Now Anderson, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Here I come. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
On second down, here's Watson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. Fights loose. That's caught. It's Thomas. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will knot us up at 10. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Allen going to throw. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now Allen throwing on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They give it to Ivory. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Allen now looks to throw. Forced out to his left. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll try and sneak it here, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen as the first half is winding down, and the Bills have broken the tie. Hauschka with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Come back, come back. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
On first down, Watson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Jerry Hughes. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Now it's Murphy. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This will be taken at the 10. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Lorenzo Alexander. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
I got 15. I got 15. Get the ball. Come back. Come back.
Out of the gun, Watson. Flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. Completes it to Chris Ivory. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Throwing now is Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. On 2nd down, here's Allen. He's to the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. The Bills' passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll go with a keeper. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
This is where you're probably weighing the score and the clock. 3rd quarter, so maybe it's a little early to start worrying about how much time is left in the game. But if you kick the field goal, you make it a 2-score game. A tough balance and a tough decision for any coach to make.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Underneath for Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll make it second down.
No problems with me.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Tight right, tight right. Hey, we are.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And that is incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 points?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Detroit!
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Over the middle and caught by the tight end Clay. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Carry number 10 now for Ivory. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Allen to throw it. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And here comes the Texans now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A huge play there for Houston. 57 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
We got 4.
On 1st and 10, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And his throw here's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
4 down.
Again, it's Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Hauschka adds the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Even. 4 down. Even. 36. Reset. 49's the mic. Watch 49.
Now it's Watson. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They go play action here on 1st down. And fights through one man out to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Throw right side complete to Carter. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
That's it, baby.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Watson looks to throw again. Being chased out left. He finds his target, Fuller. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Single, slot.
To the air yet again, Watson. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
15's mine. I got 15. 15's mine. Single.
From the gun, here's Watson. Fighting through, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Trent Murphy in there to get him for a loss of 5.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down again. Lorenzo Alexander in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Hey, 4 down. Tiger. 49 the mic.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch tight end. Everyone's got 4 down.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 32 that time. The rookie Allen sharp on this drive as he leads his guys up 1st and 10.
4 down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. In for the score. And the Bills turn that interception into a touchdown. Hauschka with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Hauschka now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, green the line, green the line. Richmond.
On second down, here's Watson. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 45 yards. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end.